weigh-in time. This is gonna be interesting. Off we go. Right, well, that weigh-in was enlightening. Can confirm, definitely at my heaviest, but not by a lot, only by a kilo or so. So yeah, nothing we can't handle, and also not totally unexpected. So that's fine. I'm gonna make a coffee and then we're gonna have a chat. It's been a little while since I made and drank that coffee. In fact, it's been almost a whole week, but I think it's more beneficial that I chat to you guys about the week that's been and kind of recap week one as opposed to talking to you at the start of the week. So it's worked out well. And to get started, I'm going to talk about the weigh-in. It was a big number and the heaviest I've been. Again, not totally unexpected. But I want to be really clear about the weigh-in and kilograms as a metric. So I am weighing myself at the beginning of this health journey, this weight loss journey, more so out of interest, because when I get to a point where I'm feeling content with my body and content with my health, I will wrap up the weight loss component of this journey. And I don't really care what number is on the scale at that point. I have a significant amount of weight to lose, probably around the 40 kilo mark. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not tied to it, but it will be really interesting to know at the end how much weight I did lose. So I'm not going to be weighing myself every week or even every fortnight. I will track my weight loss in kilograms for sure, but it's not the only metric I'm going to be using. It's about how my clothes fit. It's about how I feel. It's about how easy it is to move around, which may sound weird, but for anyone who is significantly overweight, you'll know exactly what I mean. So yeah, I have a whole lot of other metrics that I'm going to be using, and I've got a whole lot of goals that I want to reach, which will feed into the success, if you will, of this. Things to aim for and things I want to achieve, and that will be a separate video which I will release soon. So that's the weigh-in. The other thing I want to be really clear about is that this is not just about kilograms lost. This is about a life gained back. It's about what happens when you are significantly overweight or obese and you're not happy about being there. Again, this does not relate to people who are happy with their bigger bodies. When you gain a lot of weight or when you are really overweight, something that can happen, and something that has definitely happened to me, is that you experience like a disconnection with your body. And it's really weird to explain, but it can kind of feel like you're in someone else's physical shell and it's not yours, and you feel awkward and weird, and that's sometimes how I feel. I feel like I'm in a body that is not my own, and of course it's my own body, and I have every power to change that feeling, but the bigger I get, the more the disconnection grows, and that is something I'm really looking forward to restoring, is that connection to my physical body and the love and respect that I want to have for my body, and to thank it for everything it does and be so grateful. And I am working on that, and obviously you can be any size and love yourself, and any size and respect yourself, and you should. However, when you have that disconnection, it can be a lot harder. So I'm looking forward to working on those relationships. So I touched on goals before, and I have a lot of goals around nutrition and fitness and health markers and mobility and flexibility. And again, I'll detail that in another video. But something else I'm really looking forward to are the more aesthetic parts of this journey. And there is nothing wrong with that. I'm really looking forward to going shopping for clothes that I actually want to wear, not buying something just because it happens to fit. And when I have that reconnection with my body, there's a certain style of clothing that I like to wear. And as I've gotten bigger, I haven't really been able to wear that because it doesn't feel genuine. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I've said looking forward so many times, but I am. So there you have it. I have so many clothes that I've kept because I really want to wear again. And this is not like a, you know, I'm 35 and I want to fit into the jeans I wore when I was 17, because that's unlikely and not really helpful, because what does that even mean? The clothes that I'm trying to fit into are really lovely clothes that I used to wear, and they represent a time when I had a better connection with myself and my body. And I'm really keen to wear them again. I love them. And wearing them again is more than just putting clothes on a body. There is a real connection that I have with these clothes. And everyone watching this probably has some similar pieces that they just can't wait to wear again. And this is different again to, you know, giving birth and then 3 weeks later trying to fit into the clothes you wore before you were pregnant. Like, your body's gone through a huge change. You're not meant to fit back into those clothes yet. So this is a very different scenario. I am excited to shop again, but I'm also really excited to wear the clothes that I already have. And I did a little wardrobe tour for you guys so you can see just how many clothes I have, yet how little of them I actually wear. I'll roll those clips for you now. Welcome to my cupboard. As you can see, not a whole lot here. This is the extent of clothes that I own that fit me. Yeah, really not a lot. Like, I've got 2 long sleeve tops for work. I've got 1 skirt. I have a handful of dresses, barely any winter stuff. Behind me in here is some like activewear and some pajamas and stuff down there. But again, a lot of it doesn't actually fit me. Activewear included, pajamas included, everything included. I have so many clothes, but not many of them fit me. So this is the extent of what actually fits me. And I'll show you what I have that doesn't fit me. Here we are, a whole bed covered in stuff. Some of it is kind of close to fitting me, but a lot of it is probably maybe 6 months off, maybe a year off, probably a year off. And now we're in the spare room. And there's more stuff that does not fit me. This stuff's even longer. Like this skirt, for example, I've actually never worn it. It still has tags on it. Same as this dress. Same as this. So much stuff that I've never worn with tags on it. Can we just appreciate it's not just the things that are hanging, it's also this stuff. Like underwear, activewear, more activewear, pajamas, like there is so much stuff here. Let's get on to the recap of week 1. It went really well. I didn't exercise at all, but that's okay. I find sometimes when you start a health journey or start trying to change habits, if you do try and change too much at once, it can kind of blow up in your face because it becomes really overwhelming. Exercise for me is something that I really struggle with. It's a massive mind game for me, which is obviously something I would like to work on and I will be working on. But I have just started a new job and I'm trying to figure out my schedule, and I'm trying to prepare healthy meals and then make extras for lunch and make snacks for lunch, and it's a massive change to the schedule I've had for a very long time. So I am slowly adjusting to it. And I managed to cook some healthy meals and to make some healthy lunches and to pack snacks for myself. I'm trying to get enough sleep as well, and I'm trying to work out my schedule with work and what time I get there and all that stuff. So I didn't want to put pressure on myself this week to try and exercise a certain number of times or for a certain amount of time. Our restrictions also changed in terms of COVID. So now we don't have to wear a mask outside if we can distance. So that's going to make exercising in week 2 a lot easier because I really struggled with the mask on. So I'm actually looking forward to my walks in week 2. So no exercise, that's fine. Something I tried to kind of work on was coffee. So I was kind of creeping from 2 coffees a day to 3. I had 1 at home and then I was buying 2 out, which is a financial goal of mine, to not buy 2 coffees every day. And I would like one of those coffees to be a soy coffee, and which is my usual go-to, a soy flat white. But I'd also like one of them to be a black coffee, which is fine. I like black coffee. So I'll be having a black coffee in the mornings, and then a bit later on in the morning when I'm at work, I will go out and get a soy flat white. This is not like a calorie thing. It's more so that I know black coffee sits with me better and my stomach appreciates it a bit more. So that's something I'm doing to make myself feel better day in and day out. And eventually I might get to having 2 black coffees a day and just having the odd milk-based coffee when I really feel like it, or on weekends, or yeah. So that's something I'm gonna work on next week. I was really good at taking healthy snacks to work. So I was cutting up like strawberries and cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, some nuts, bananas, that kind of thing. And when I didn't make lunch for myself, I was usually making chicken salads, but when I didn't make a chicken salad, I would go out and buy lunch, but try and get something that had heaps of veggies and stuff in it, and try to make it as healthy as possible, I suppose. And again, this is not just about trying to get calories down to as minimal as possible. That is not the plan. And I wouldn't recommend that approach because it's very short-sighted. It's very focused on let's get a smaller body and not as on health as a whole. So when I've been going out to buy lunch, I'm getting like a chicken salad, I guess you could say, but it's chicken and brown rice and there's so many vegetables in it, and it's just a wholesome, filling meal that I eat and I feel good, I feel full, I feel satisfied, and I don't feel bloated and gross and then crash at like 3:30, which is often what happens when I eat other things for lunch. So making decisions that make me feel good day in and day out. Oh, the other thing is I've been aiming for about 3.8 liters of water a day. I think that's the amount that I need to have for my weight. So that went well too. Week 1 went well. I'm really happy. I'm feeling good. I feel like I've got more energy already. I have been eating so many fruits and veggies and lean proteins, and still enjoying a glass of wine every now and then, or a cocktail, or you know, a burrito for dinner. So yeah, it went well. Next week I'm going to focus on getting those milky coffees down to 1 a day, and I'm going to again aim for the 3.8 liters of water, and the exercise goal is going to be introduced, and I'm aiming for 3 times for half an hour each. Coffee, water, exercise, they're the things that I'm working on in week 2, and you will get a recap of that next week. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.